Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Srikanth.
Santhosh, could you please open your PPT with the list of questions on the topic? Over to you,
Yep.
Santosh.
Yes, Srikanth, I'm showing you the PPT. Yeah, can you see my screen, Srikanth?
Yes, Santosh.
Yeah, this is the PPT, Srikanth. And I'm going to discuss on the topic of substitution variables. And first, let us know what are the substitution variables. Substitution variables are the global placeholders where we will make changes regularly in our application. For example, if we want to use the substitution variable in our application, we will create the substitution variables as current year or current month. Like that, we will create the substitution variables and we will use that substitution variables across our application. Now let us see how we will use that application substitution variables in our artifacts, in the following artifacts like data forms and runtime prompts and business rules and smart view. And coming to the next slide, first let us see how to create these substitution variables. Here the question is, can you show me how to create substitution variable for the following use cases? And he has given that two use cases. For use case one is consider a user runs consolidation monthly and user wants update the variable every month. Consider June for this use case. He said that to select the June for the substitution variable month for period. And in the use case 2, he has said that just consider a financial year FY20 for the yearly substitution variable. Now let us see in the application how we create these substitution variables. For the creation of these substitution variables, we will go to the navigator and we will select down the variables. And after that, we will go to the substitution variables option. Here we will add the substitution variables by clicking this add symbol. Here you can select the cubes. I'm selecting the all cubes because I want to use the substitution variable across all cubes. And we will create the substitution variable by giving the name. I'm just giving a month. And I'm selecting the June as per the use case. I have created the substitution variable for the period and click on save. Then the record will be successfully saved. After that, I will add the substitution variable for the year. Again, I am giving the name as year and I'm selecting FY21 because my application is starting from FY financial year 21. That's why I'm taking the financial year 21. Next, click on save. After that, the record has been successfully saved. Now coming to this presentation, we have created according to these use cases. After that, we will see how we will use the substitution variables in data forms. Here also he has given two use cases. Like one is use account dimension in rows and use the substitution variables of year and period dimensions in column, and choose the second generation members for every dimension. Preview data form with this use case. And the use case 2 is hard code the year and period dimensions in another column along with use case 1 to explain the difference between the hard coded members and the substitution variable values. Let's see by creating the substitution variables in the form data form. We will go to the application and we will go to the forms. Here I'm for the time being I'm taking the form which I have already created for the substitution variables, and we will edit that form. Here we will go to the layout. In this layout we will select the second generation members. Like the second generation members means nothing but the child members. We have selected all the child members according to our form. Now, in the rows, he said in the use case that to select the account dimension members. That's why I have selected the account dimension members. And in the columns, he has said in one column to take the substitution variables and add the other another column by clicking on this column name. We will add the column. Here he said that to select the hard coded members. For this, we will select the year as FY22. We will remove the previously created substitution variable. Okay, then click on OK. And for the month also, we will go to the period dimension and we will select the 1 month under this quarter 1. I will select this March, or I will select this February. Now I will push it to the right side, and I am removing the previous substitution variable. After that, I am clicking on OK. Now we can see here these are the hard coded members, and these are the substitution variables. And here also we will take the newly created substitution variables in our application. Previously I have created those variables. First we will remove this previously entered substitution variable, and under this substitution variable now we will select the year substitution variable, because it is the variable, it is the year dimension. That's why we are selecting the year substitution variable, and we will click on we will add this to this side, right side. Next we will see whether it has been added or not. Then we will click on OK, and say like that only we will also select for the period. We will edit on it, and we will go to these variables, and we will select the substitution variables. Here I will select the a month, and I am removing the previous substitution variable, and I am click on OK. Then you can see here these are the substitution variables that we have created in our application, and these are the hard coded members that we selected from the year and period dimension. Now we'll click on save and click on finish. After this, we will go to our PPT and see what we have to do next. Here he said that to preview the form by changing substitution variable from June to July. And in that, after changing the substitution variable from June to July, he said how dynamically the substitution variable is performing in your data form. And the second question is about how hard it is to use these hard coded members in our data form. Just in the second point, he just asked to show how hard it is to add the hard coded members in the data form. Now I'm going to the application and I'm going to the data form. Here under this we will select the data, and we will select the form which we have created for the substitution variables. Just a second. This is the form that we have created for the substitution variable. In the first column, the FY21 and June are the substitution variable members, and in the second column, FY22 and Feb are the hard coded members that we have selected in our application in the form, in application form. Now we will go to the variables and see how dynamically we can change these system variables. Yeah, now going to the substitution variables, he said that to change the month from June to July. Here we will change the month from June to July. After that, he has said that to change the year also. So we will take this year as 23, and we will click on save. The records has been saved successfully. After that, we will go to this data form and see that the values are changed or not. Here you can see the substitution variables have been updated according to the changes made in the substitution variables. Now we will see the presentation. We will see the presentation in the next slide, what we have to do. Yeah, these are all, we have performed all these use cases, and after that we will see how to use the substitution variables in RTPs. And here there are the questions like, can we pass the substitution variable as a value in the prompt? The answer is yes, we can pass the substitution variable as a value in the prompt. And again he asked that if yes, can the prompt value be limited only to the value assigned to the substitution variable? For this also the answer is yes, we can limit only to the value assigned to the substitution variable. And another one is the user requirement. Here the question is, how can a user select only the prompt value defaulted to a value assigned to substitution variable? By using the limit option or limit value, um, we can select only the prompt value defaulted to the value assigned to a substitution variable. And after selecting that substitution variable in the limit option, the rest of the months will not be displayed. So let us see in the application while I'm creating the business rules. Now in the next slide, we will see how the substitution variables are used in the business rules. For this, the first point is, first the question is, can you show me how to pass a substitution variable in the business rule? For this, I have to create a business rule, and we will see in the application how to create a business rule. We will go to create and manage, and under the create and manage, we will select the rules card. After selecting this rules card, under actions, we will select the variable designer. Here from the EPM cloud, we will have the options like global and FCCS2. This is the application which we are using now. And if we select this application means, then we can only use the console cube only. And if we select this global means, we can use all the cubes across our application. So I'm selecting this global, and under actions I'm adding the RTPs, means runtime prompts, and the property tags we will give the RTP names. I'm giving RTP month. I'm giving it to the period. That's why I'm taking RTP month. And the type is member type. After that, the dimension type, I have selected the dimension type, so we can see the dimensions that are available. And after that, we will check this RTP option. Then under this, the limit column will be appeared to select the substitution variables. Here we will provide the substitution variable name that which we created in our application. Like I have created the substitution variable as a month, and this is of period dimension type. And we will take this same substitution variable name and add it in the default value. And we will provide some text here that we need to see under the RTPs. Please enter the month. After that, we will click on save. Then the RTP variable has been created successfully, this RTP month. Then again, I am creating for RTP year. I am giving RTP year as the name for year, and I am selecting the member option only. Sorry, we have to again create this new. We have to again create this RTP by going to the actions and click on new, and yeah, okay. We will again go to this and actions, and we will click on new, and we will add the RTP taking year 1. Then I am selecting the type as a member type. After that, I am giving the name dimension type as the year, and I'm checking. I am using this option by selecting RTP option. And in the limits, I am providing the substitution variable for year which we created in the application. A year, and we will copy this A year for the default, and we will enter the text for RTP text. Please enter the year. Yeah, after this we will save this, and the variable has been saved successfully. And now we will go to the system view, and here we will create the business rule. And under this FCCS, we will go to the console cube, and under this rules, we will add the new business rule. For that, we will go to actions and select the new object. Here, you can these are the application type and the application name, and the cube is console, and we will select the object type as the rule, because I am creating rule, and I am giving this giving the name as custom rule 4. Custom rule 4. Then click on OK. Now the rule will be created here. A custom rule has been created, and it is open for editing. Now we will click on OK, and here we will provide the script. For the hard coded member, first I will. And next we will conclude this hard coded member by end. And next we are creating for substitution variable here. Substitution variable name, we will give the substitution variable month, which we created in our application. After that, we will end fix. And next we will create the script for RTPs to add these RTPs in our application. Add the RTPs that we have created previously. These RTPs. Like here we have created the RTPs. Which RTPs we have created, you can see here. I have created the RTP month and the RTP year 1. So I will provide those names here. First, RTP and next comma RTP year. Let's check whether the name is correct or not, because it will throw some error. That's why we must check this names correct or not. Yeah, after this we will end fix. We have created the script for first, these 2 lines are for the hard coded members, and the second 2 lines are for the substitution variables, and the third 2 lines are for the RTPs that we have created. These RTPs we need to add under these rules for under these variables. For that we will check whether there are any validation errors or not. And it is after the validation we can directly deploy it here. Yeah, for the time being, I'm showing the previously created custom rules, and I'm showing it here. Here, I have given the script for the hard-coded member of John, and the current month as for the substitution variable. And I have given the RTPs that I have created, like current year and current month. And I have deployed the script. Here we can deploy the script. After deploying this, we will go to the application and we will see whether the custom rule is added in our application or not. Yeah, the deployment was successful, and now we will go to our application and let's see whether the rule has been created under the business rules or not. Just here I will go to the rules, business rules. Yeah, this is the custom rule one that has been created, and we will launch this rule. And we can see the RTPs that we have given in our application, in our rules, managing the rules. These are the RTPs that we have provided. Here you can see that the end current month means the substitution variable that we have created in our application is directly selecting here. There is no need to go to the member selection and selecting the member. It was directly created under this RTP. So like this, we can use these RTPs in our we use these substitution variables in these RTPs. Now let us see the presentation. Here the question is the hard coding. Which of the following design is recommended? One is the hard coding June in the beer, or using the substitution variable created for month, or using the RTP created for month with the substitution variable. And I will recommend the RTP only, RTP type substitution variable only, because in the RTPs the user can see whether he is posting for a year or is choosing the substitutional variable for period. He can know, so that he can identify for which substitution variable he is selecting. That's why I will recommend this RTP type substitution variable. And coming to the next slide, how we will use the substitution variable in the smart view. For this, I will go to the application. I will go to the application. I will close this. And in the application, we will go to the form. We'll go to the form and open the form that we have created for the substitution variables. Here, this is the form for substitution variables, and some use case has been given in the presentation saying that use the use case 1 of slide 4. In the slide 4, the use case 1 is select the substitution variables of year and period dimension in the column. So let us see on our form. Here the substitution variables are here, so we will remove this hard coded members. We'll just delete this column. After that, we will save and we will click on finish. It has been saved. Now we will go to the smart view, and here under the smart view we will go to the panel, and under shared connections we will give our credentials, login credentials. Into the smart view. Cloud. After that, we will click on go. So here we will select the server to proceed, and we have selected the APM cloud, and under this we can see our application, and in this application we will select the form which we have created for the substitution variables, and this is that form. We will open it through ad hoc analysis. If we got this error means we will just go to the smart view and click on options, and now we will go to the below and uncheck this suppress missing blocks and click OK. Now you can open again this substitution variable, so using the ad hoc analysis. So now the form has been opened. See here that these are the substitution variables that we have created previously, and now substitution variable name like a year, and After entering the substitution variable name, so we will just refresh it. Then the substitution variables have been added across this data form. Like this, we can use the substitution variables in the smart view, and the other use case is just show the report, by changing FY20 to FY21 and June 22, Jan 21. So for this, we will go to the application and we will select the substitution variables. We will select the substitution variables. Yeah, under variables, we will select the substitution variables, and we will change back to June. And a year to FY21. Because I'm not having the FY20 here, that's why I'm selecting this FY21. Next, click on save. The records have been saved successfully. Then again, we will go to the smart view and click on refresh. After that, we will again a year and then we will click on refresh. Here, what we have changed in those substitution variables in the application, that changes have been applied in this smart view also. So we have completed this slide also, and we will see what we have done in this PPT. First, we learned how to use the substitution variables in the data forms, and how to use the substitution variables in runtime prompts, and creating the business rules and using substitution variables, and how to use the substitution variables in the smart view. That's it, Srikanth. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Santhosh. Have a good day.
Okay, thank you, Srikanth.